But one thing that had never been developed was, what is the aesthetics of the buttock? What makes a pretty buttock? How do you create one? How do you start with something and end up with a wow? The most dreaded part of the human body forever has been fat, right? The love handles, the inner legs, and people just complain about fat. And it finally became the liquid gold, because now I could go in there, grab the fat from where you don't want it, and then I take it and I transfer it into the buttock. So it's like moving a plant from the backyard to the front. So it's totally natural. And you don't look fatter, because all I'm doing is I'm totally reshaping your body. I'm just rearranging the furniture, right?
That looks natural.
It's crazy, dude. It's like really natural looking. Look at that. You can see the little dip in here. I've had a little lipo in here.
So they're doing lipo on the cuts.
So I define the edges. I define the edges of the muscle, and then I put that into the muscle area
To make it bigger.
Yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
that's what we got. We got fat. If I can bring out that G-spot a little bit more, so then when you're having intercourse, then you can, it enhances sexual stimulation. So women can have bigger and better orgasms. And then men can feel like studs, because like we can make it thicker and we can make it longer. I can release a ligament and make the penis longer.
What?
Yeah.
And how much longer? How much longer than this?
Usually you can get about an inch.
Really? All right, guys. I am here with the Godfather of the BBL. This man is doing God's work. He's making women more beautiful all over the world. He basically put it on the map. Dr. Constantino Mendieta. Did I say it right?
Wow, you got that right.
Come on, man,
took me 5 years to get it, man. That's what you got it in 2 seconds. I love it.
You said you didn't invent the BBL, but you made it like popular. You brought it to the stage.
So I pretty much put it on the map.
Yeah.
Back then, when I came to the buttock, it'd been ignored in the history of plastic surgery. Nobody had ever really looked at it. So you'd find an article here and there about people maybe putting an implant in, reconstructive purposes, not for cosmetic. So I wrote an article about butt implants, because I had the biggest series in the world on butt implants. And I put it out and said, man, complications with butt implants are about 30%.
Yeah.
And the article was so honest that I got a phone call from a buddy of mine who was doing fat grafting to the buttock. And he was a very good surgeon. Tom Roberts was his name. And he said, let's go lecture together. You can talk about implants, I'll talk about fat. So we went on the road and we started lecturing all over the world. And then I went from implants to the fat. But one thing that had never been developed was, what is the aesthetics of the buttock? What makes a pretty buttock? How do you create one? How do you start with something and end up with a wow? And that journey took me 8 years to learn. Because what I did is that I took it like a puzzle, like a Lego thing. So I took one little piece of the butt and I said, okay, what are the variations that exist? Yeah. So I'd look at about 1,000 pictures, and what's fascinating is I looked at a lot of bodybuilders, because the bodybuilders, they're better than any cadaver, because these guys are ripped. Well, like, you might know that.
Right.
So so I can study the anatomy. So I looked at pictures, and I would look at that one section. I'd divide it up into things, put it in different folders. And then I found what the prettiest was, and I would put prettiest. Then I go to another section, found the prettiest. And then I built a whole section of what's beautiful. And then I put all those pieces together, and I said, oh, that's how you make a pretty butt. Yeah. But it took me 8 years to figure that out. And every time I lectured, I learned something new. So then it culminated in a book. And it was the only book on the aesthetics of the butt. And so I pretty much defined the beauty. So the world changed the way it looks at beauty when it comes to the butt through the work that I was doing. And then here we are 25 years later, still lecturing all over the world, going to Russia, Paris, Spain, Thailand, Tunisia. It's just everywhere. It's just amazing.
That's fantastic. So with the BBL, correct me if I dated a few girls who had BBLs. Like, quite a
probably helped me in surgery, man.
Yeah, man, listen, I'm well versed in the outcome. And but correct me if I'm wrong, you take fat from other parts of the body and kind of put it in the butt.
You are asking the best questions, because they're such good lead questions.
Yeah.
So what I do is, you're welcome. Yeah. The most dreaded part of the human body forever has been fat, right? The love handles, the inner legs, and people just complain about fat. And it finally became the liquid gold, because now I could go in there, grab the fat from where you don't want it, and then I take it and I transfer it into the buttock. So it's like moving a plant from the backyard to the front yard. Not all the plants survive, but the ones that do live forever. Yeah. So when I take that fat cell, what we learned is that if I can get the right environment, if I can get that cell to have good circulation, and if I can get that cell to survive, and usually about 50% of what I transfer stays. Okay. So if I put in a liter, 500 stays. It's usually 50% of what I put in there.
What happens to what doesn't stay? It just goes away?
Yeah, it goes away. You pee it out.
Right, that's why like when they first get the surgery, it's bigger than it is a year later, man. Right? Because it's like 50%, so it's going to be like half the size.
Yeah, people are always like, "Oh my God, it's too big," but then I said, "No, you're going to lose half of it." And,
yeah.
Oh my God, it's too small now.
Because I've seen girls complain. It's like, oh, when I first got it, it was like this, but now it's smaller. I'm like, I'm thinking, well, that's what it's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating about fat is that there's two stages in life where you can make new fat cells. So there's a factory that makes fat. And then when the fat makes that factory, it goes to the factory boss and goes, "Hey boss, where do you want me to go?" So genetics will say you go to the outer legs, you go to the hips, you go wherever. So when you're in your mother's womb in the third trimester, you're not born yet, you're in the third, you're almost done, you're almost coming out of the oven.
Yeah.
You're not ready to come out, your body starts producing fat. And genetically, it'll say, go here, go to the lower belly, go to different places.
Right, because some people hold fat in different spots.
Places.
Yeah, like me, I hold it in my face. Like, as soon as I get fat,
you're not holding anything in the rest of your body.
Yo, when I get fat, I look like an emoji. Right. Like, if I gain weight, it's just like my face first. I look like a minion.
You have to let me borrow that emoji. So then what happens is when you hit puberty, the factory opens up again. And then the factory shuts down. So that means that the number of fat cells that you got are pretty, that's it. You can't get any more cells unless you get morbidly obese. So here's what's fascinating.
Got it.
When I go in there and I remove the fat from your waist, that fat cell is gone. Remember, that factory is closed. You can't make new cells. So you're always going to have a smaller waist. And so when I put it into your butt, you're always going to have more cells. So the forest is denser in your butt, so your butt's fuller, prettier, your waist is smaller. And it won't change because you can't make new fat cells.
People don't understand that. You don't make, it's like when you, unless you get like really fat, the fat cells will divide, right? Right. But when people lose weight, they don't lose fat cells. They just get smaller. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what you do is the fat cell gets bigger and smaller as you do. And it can hypertrophy where it gets bigger.
Yeah.
And hyperplasia is where it kind of divides.
It splits. Yeah.
It splits.
And that's what's dangerous.
Morbidly obese. So I used to weigh 300 pounds.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, listen, I'd get on the scale and it would say to be continued. I mean, I was El Grande.
Yeah.
So I ended up having 2 gastric sleeves. I've had 5 liposuctions. I have over like 9 plastic surgeries done. Listen, so I'm in the field.
Hey man, it's your job.
Yeah.
You got to.
Yeah. So I've had 9 plastic surgeries, and I still can't get lucky with my wife. So I got to give it a couple of more. So bottom line is that I was at 300 pounds, so I probably increased my fat cells, but I've had like 5 lipos, so now it brings it down.
Because lipo's the only way to get rid of fat cells. Once you have new ones, it's like the only way to get lipo's the only way.
Lipo. I mean, you have cool sculpting, which is
cool sculpting.
The freezing of the fat. You got mesotherapy that you can inject. You got sometimes
mesotherapy.
Mesotherapy, that's like little chemicals that they use or enzymes that they inject into the body and it melts the fat.
It melts the fat.
But it's not predictable. So you put it in one area and it might decrease it in one area but keeps it in another. So you can end up with irregularities and dents. Yeah. But liposuction is definitely the surgical one.
So you liposuction and so they put it in your butt, right? And that's how like some of these girls, like I've seen some girls, they'll get their tits done and they'll get a BBL, but you can see they're still fat, right? They kind of almost look like they almost look, because they took it out their waist, they almost look like you took a 2-liter and like put a string around it. You know what I'm talking about?
And like boom.
Yeah.
So in Florida, interesting, in Florida we have limits as to how much we can remove. So if you're only doing lipo, you can remove 4 liters. So if somebody who's overweight, listen, I can reshape them. You can be a full-figured, shapely woman, but you're still going to be full-figured.
Yeah.
So it's important to try to work out, live a healthy life, and all that kind of stuff. But you're right. We will sometimes take people that are overweight, but we can transform their bodies and change
the composition.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, I
can rearrange the furniture.
You ain't got to tell me. I know. I know all about it. I lived in New York for a while, and there's a lot of girls got that. Is big it's big here in Miami, of course, but it was big in New York too.
Huge in New York.
Yeah.
From New York?
No, I'm from Chicago. But I lived in New York for 15 years.
What'd you do there?
College. Oh man, I just moved there after college.
Yeah, and what were you doing?
Oh man, personal training, working on business, social media shit.
And then when did you move to Miami?
3 years ago.
What made you move, man?
That was save money on taxes. Yeah.
Was that new mayor that just won?
I seen it. Yeah.
I hear people want to move to Miami now.
I moved before that. Just the state income tax was too high. And then I was living in Manhattan, so there's a city tax as well. So
it's like crazy.
I was like, you know what, man? I just moved to Florida, man.
People are starting to move here a lot. They're here, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Arizona. It's interesting what's going to happen in New York now.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
We'll see.
Back to BBLs. So you put it back in the butt. And you said you could only take out so much. It's an interesting rule in Florida. If you're only going to take
fat out, it's 4 liters. But if you make a tummy tuck or another surgery like a nose, hair transplants, then it's only 1 liter. So they limit you depending on what's going on.
Depending on what you're doing, because it's like harsh on the body?
Yeah, it's very harsh. There were a lot of deaths. There were a lot of complications. So the state stepped in and they said, hey, we're going to regulate you guys. And so they put those 2 limits on us. And now when we inject, we can't inject in the muscle. We have to inject above it. So we use ultrasound.
Oh, really?
So you can see exactly where you're putting the fat. So it's really cool, actually.
Above the muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
In the old days, we were putting it in the muscle, but now we do it above.
Yeah, because, you know, girls, because BBLs, they're really soft. You know what I'm saying? But I think back when they were doing the implants, they were like rock hard.
Oh,
they were sturdy, too sturdy.
Like bone.
Yeah. Man, listen, I know.
You do sound like an expert.
You know?
Yeah.
I've worked in the field, you know, pro bono. And, and yeah, but the implants were like super stiff, but the BBL feels soft. It's like, because it's just
really,
fat. You know?
Listen, you can't tell.
You couldn't tell.
The beautiful property of fat is that fat takes on the property of where you put it. So if I put it near bone, it'll feel like bone. If I put it in muscle, it feels like muscle. If I put it in fat, it feels like fat. So it's totally natural. And you don't look fatter because all I'm doing is I'm totally reshaping your body. I'm just rearranging the furniture, right?
Yeah.
So it looks completely natural. You don't look big, you don't look fat. The problem with the BBL was that it got this bad rap and everybody thought it meant big butt.
Yeah, like you see those girls, like that's what I tell people, right? It's like I dated some girls who you wouldn't know they had a BBL, right? Because it looks, you know, regular, but the stereotype is the huge ones where the people
get your own zip code.
Yeah.
So what happens is that I prefer what we call the skinny BBL. So it's more of a European look. It's proportioned, putting your hip and your waist and hip to ratio better.
Yeah.
Some people want it bigger. I'll go for that. But what I like is proportion.
Yeah. So like a good BBL, you can't tell. Yeah, or at least you're kind of like,
it looks hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, man. So like, I've dated girls like that. I haven't had one of those big, like crazy, you know, sideshow looking BBL.
Where you can put your drinks on.
Yeah, I never experienced that.
Sorry, the appetizers.
The girls I knew who had it, I didn't know till they told me.
Oh wow, that
natural. You know, that natural. You know,
yeah, that's what I love. I love natural, but pretty. So exactly. You look full, you look nice, but you don't look over the top. It doesn't look done. You're like, damn, you must work.
Yeah. Well, now, are girls getting them younger and younger now?
So my average age when I was doing this, I would say was about 38 years old.
Okay.
But I have the gamut from 18 all the way to 70 years old.
They're doing it at 18.
They're doing it at 70, man. So I had a 70-year-old. She was the hottest lady in the nursing home. But she was 70 years old.
70
for BBL.
Whoa.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Girls are doing a bunch of stuff. I've seen girls do like get the abs. Yeah.
So listen, here's a really cool thing. So we could etch them. And if you want a waist, I can break the ribs, bring them in and remodel the rib cage. So the one untouchable in plastic surgery, which was the rib cage, now with a needle, I just take a needle and I go through the skin and I break and then click, I break the bone and I reshape it. I remodel it. So it gives you, it sounds horrible and it sounds,
yeah, it's like it's making me like,
well, you know what? The problem is that if you break a rib in a car accident, it hurts.
Yeah.
This stuff doesn't hurt because it's very controlled and it's surgical. So I just kind of go, but you have no scars. It's with a needle.
Wow.
And then I move it and then I can get anywhere between 1 to maybe 6 inches of a waist.
Really?
Yeah. So then you combine that with lipo and now you can start to really get some beautiful waist. So a lot of women are very square and they can't go anywhere with it. Now I can turn them into curvaceous women.
Stop playing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Isn't that crazy?
Because I just learned about the ab etching a few years ago from a girl, you know? And because I was like, man, you always got a six pack no matter, but I never see you work out. She said she had the etching.
Yeah, no, and that's what, it's like a permanent look, man. So what happens if I gain weight? Well, you're always going to have good definition. When you gain weight, you gain it around your liver, your intestines for guys, right? So you could have a big belly, but you maintain your shape.
Yeah, because you took the fat cells out of there, right? That the fat cells are gone. Yeah. That's why when sometimes people will ask me about liposuction, and as a trainer, I'm supposed to say, no, I'm supposed to say no.
As a surgeon, I'm going to go, hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
Brandon.
in my brain, I'm like, well, the fat cells will be gone from that. So like, why isn't that better? You know, I get it.
No, so I'll take fat and I inject it. I do the Adonis procedure.
Oh, I heard about it. Now you're doing stuff for guys too, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about this.
I take it and I put it in the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps, the chest, and totally reshape their bodies completely. So I take.
We'll put some footage of that from you. We'll put some footage in the video.
Yeah. Oh, we got to do it.
Yeah.
So I'll take these bodies and completely transform them. And because of the way that they had fat layered, they would never be able to be ripped. So you're genetically gifted, right? So you do the right things and you rip up. But some guys could do the right thing and they still don't look ripped because of the way fat. So I go in there and I suction the fat.
Oh, so you give guys like cut like the.
So like me right here, I put some fat into my shoulders. I put some fat into my biceps and triceps.
Oh shit! I didn't even know. It looked like you just work out.
It's just a natural look.
Holy shit! Wait a minute, that's fat. That's not lifting up. That's not working.
Well, I am lifting.
You lift it
a little bit, yeah. But this is all fat.
What happens if you like lose a bunch of weight?
So
those fat cells are shrinking.
Remember, if you lose weight, everything is decreasing in size. Your fat cells are decreasing, but you still got a lot more.
You still got more fat in those areas.
So so you don't go. You definitely won't go to where you would have gone if you didn't have any fat in there, because you're always going to have more volume, but it'll be smaller.
And if you get fatter, like if you put on, then there's like your shoulders will get great.
Yes.
Hold on, let me see that. That looks natural.
It's crazy, dude. It's like really natural looking. Look at that. You can see the little dip in here. I've had a little lipo in here.
So they're doing lipo on the cuts.
So I define the edges. I define the edges of the muscle, and then I put fat into the muscle area
to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's what we got. We got fat. Anything to declare at the airport? Yeah, I got fat right here.
But so I knew girls before they got their BBL, they would have to actually gain weight. So they would like
you don't have enough fat. Here's what's fascinating. If you don't have enough fat, I'd put you on this weight gain diet where you'd go out and you'd eat and you gain about 10 to 15 pounds and then you have a little bit of fat. But nowadays, if you don't have fat, we have fat off the shelf. You're like, what? What you talking about? Well, you get it from cadavers. They process it. It's FDA cleared. And then we process the fat, get rid of everything, and then we just inject that fat into other people.
Stop playing. Dead people fat.
Yeah, dead people fat.
Holy crap.
There's different. The company that we're working with also uses live people, so they donate fat. So they'll call me up and they go, hey, can you sell us some fat?
Really?
No problem. Yeah.
Yo, you're blowing my mind right now. So
it's really cool.
So so guys are going in and getting it. Where are they getting it? Like the upper body, the shoulders, biceps.
I do.
You do the abs.
The ab etching. I define their waistline. I etch their muscles everywhere. Then I take that fat and then I build the muscle up. So now I've got a valley and I got a hill. So now you create shoulders like yours and biceps and triceps.
Holy shit.
And so then you can do it. Now you don't have to work out as hard. You don't have to diet as hard. You can just go in there and do it. So I do 20-minute workouts.
When did this start?
Oh, I've been doing this for about 15 years.
15? I didn't even, I'm just finding out about this, like today, right now.
It's crazy. Look, but it's crazy, dude, because now you don't, you probably eat really clean. You were
yeah.
You don't have to eat as clean. I mean, the body looks amazing. It's unbelievable.
I've been accused of having fake abs, right? But it's I didn't know you could even do this stuff.
Yeah.
Until like very recently.
Yeah, I'll have to show you when we're off air here. I'll show you some pictures. It's
wild.
Crazy.
So guys are like just reshaping their body.
So what can I do with fat? All right, we're gonna get real. I can put it in your different muscle groups and reshape your body. We can reshape the nose. We can add lips. We can increase the earlobes if they're getting too thin. I can put it in the hands if you're getting too old. And guys, we put it in the penis to make it thicker. Yeah, now you're crazy. Now you want my card.
No.
Now you do.
I need to make it.
Yeah, so now then in women, we can put it in the G-spot for sexual enhancements, in the clitoris. We can put it into the labia majora. We can put it in the vaginal wall. Yeah. And then we can do Barbie makeovers where I tighten the vagina again so they're like virgins almost. So there's a lot of things that we can do now. And fat is just amazing. Fat becomes a filler. I can restore youth everywhere.
This is amazing.
It's unbelievable. Well, your own body fat, the thing that we hated. That's why it became liquid gold now, because that's what's going to turn you into the most beautiful person. Your version 2.0 that I can make of you is by using what you dread the most.
And they're putting fat in their vagina.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, well, who wants a fat? Well, it's not just about that. It's about, so if you simulate.
You can make it tighter.
If I make the clitoris bigger, now you have more sensation. If I get the G-spot.
You make that shit like a thumb?
Yeah. Not that big, yeah. But if I can bring out that G-spot a little bit more, so then when you're having intercourse, then you can, it enhances sexual stimulation. So women can have bigger and better orgasms. And then men can feel like studs because like we can make it thicker and we can make it longer. I can release a ligament and make the penis longer.
What?
Yeah.
And how much longer? How much longer?
Yeah, usually you can get about an inch.
Really? That's insane.
Yeah, but an inch is a lot because if you look around the world, they've got charts of where the biggest penises live and where the smallest ones live.
Yeah.
And an inch puts you from 50th percentile to like in the top 10. So an inch is a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's astonishing.
So the Congo has the biggest ones.
It makes sense.
Thailand has the smallest. So I told my wife, you can't go to the Congo, but I'll let you go to Thailand.
Yeah, go to Thailand wherever you want. Yeah, go take your time.
Congo.
Go to girls trip. For Congo, nah.
No.
I get that. Yo, that's crazy. So do you see as men? Are you seeing way more men getting plastic surgery now?
About 10% are men.
10%.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like working with men because the transformations in the bodies are absolutely insane. The problem is that men are really chicken. So men have two things. They're really chicken. They're afraid of discomfort. Women are way better than we are when it comes to tolerating the pain. But,
Yo, I noticed that as a trainer. Like women
right?
can,
You have?
Oh man, I've always noticed that women can handle way more pain in the gym than men can.
Oh, completely.
It's not even close. Yeah.
And then the other thing about men is that they're 20 years behind and that they don't want anybody to know that they had plastic surgery. Right? So the women now wear it like a badge and they just go out there and they say, no, I've had plastic surgery. Men, I didn't do it. They've been in there like 7 times in my office. I've got nothing done.
Well, some women are reluctant to say it. I know I've met some girls who
about 20 years ago, they were really reluctant. Nowadays, they wear it like a badge.
Yeah. Now, a lot of them are pretty open about it now, you know.
There's still some that are quiet, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I've met some girls who, like,
they deny it.
They wouldn't tell nobody, or they would tell me like personally, but like they didn't want that out there.
They don't want to feel fake, so I don't want people to think of me as a fake person, so I don't want to tell them.
Yeah.
And then others are just like, no, I'm so proud that I can take where I was and to where I'm at today, and how much more beautiful I feel, how much more exotic I feel, how empowered I feel. And I say, I want to spread that word out to all the other women and men out there that you can feel much better and be a different person altogether.
I would, in my experience, the women who like, you can look at them and like kind of tell, oh, God don't make people like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And it's like, okay, they're open about it. But the girls who like look just like a hot girl, and you would think it's natural, it seems like they want to be more, inconspicuous. Yeah.
Yes. And people that start off beautiful end up even more beautiful. So it's interesting. Wow. You're going to go, why are you going to do that? But we all have our own insecurities and childhood issues. And so we're never good enough. And we always want to do something different.
I mean, that's why I got into, I get into fitness for like
Were you ever obese?
No, I was always skinny as a kid,
And so you wanted to be...
Yeah, I want to get bigger, but it was really not even so much for looks. It was to fight better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to just get in a lot of fights. I'm from Chicago. No, like not like sanctioned fights. Like, I'm from Chicago. But then when I got bigger, I stopped getting to fight. People stopped messing with me. And then that feeling was like, oh, okay. It was like a reward.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Predators look for prey,
Yeah. Well, that's fascinating. I'd love to hear your story. Next time I'll interview you.
Oh, for sure, man. But, man, this is fascinating. So this is 15, you said 25 years or 15 years?
So I've been doing this for about 25 years.
Yeah, 25 years.
And it just keeps getting better. So I do a lot of facelift surgeries, a lot of noses too. It's just that what happened is that
specialty.
I was classically trained in the face, and I was headed to be a facelift surgeon. And then this young lady called Jennifer Lopez gets in the way in a green see-through dress.
I remember that at the Grammys. Yeah,
everybody went, "Oh my God, how do you get those curves?" And
she made the butt popular, right?
And she did. And then there was somebody else who stepped in and took her reign, and that was Kim Kardashian.
Because like it was always popular in the black community, but it seemed like Jennifer Lopez made it mainstream.
Huge. That's really what started me going, well, I'll put the face on hold, let me go to the butt.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened. But I'm classically trained in the face and the noses, and that's where my artistry really shines. But I got distracted, so I went from the north to the south.
Yeah, you
started working in the butt, and then it was so new and it was revolutionary that my career just kind of took off in that section. So now I'm trying to get back into faces.
Oh, you want to do more faces now?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That you enjoy that more.
It's so challenging. It's so beautiful. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you there's maybe some, myths factor fiction about
okay.
So
Urban legends.
So when people say that BBL smell, I've never had that experience, but is that a thing?
The third person that's asking, that's interesting. I've never heard. I sit there and I smell them.
Yeah,
but I've never heard of that unless they're getting a lot of sweat in that area in between the crack because of the big butt.
Yeah,
but man, if they don't shower, it's gonna smell.
Yeah, I've never experienced that. It's like the girls I've been with who had it,
did you smell?
Huh? No,
yeah, right.
Nothing. You know, like
they don't smell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where the heck that came up.
I don't know either, man. That's why I figure I asked the
doctor. Got shower, man. That's
maybe that's a hygiene issue. Okay, you already kind of went over one, but it doesn't have to look fake. There's a lot of girls with it that you wouldn't know had it.
It's just got such a bad name. So when people were coming in, and I was like, "Hey, do you want me to put some fat into the butt? Is that a BBL? Yeah, no, I don't want a big butt." I said, "No. It's about reshaping. It's about volumizing and making it look prettier and shapier, not outrageous." The problem in the USA is that we like a lot of attention. So the more drastic you are, the more attention you get.
Oh, especially with social media too. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because you get tons of attention. So people want these big butts. They want these drastic breasts. They want all these big, extravagant things just to draw more attention.
There's two girls who live by me, and they got millions of followers, but it's so huge. The butts. One girl says she can't even wipe because it's so big.
I could see the whole crew.
Yeah, she needs like somebody to help her. And it's like, so I think that's what people think. They do. I've seen some girls who just look.
So I've been fighting now and saying, look, there's a skinny BBL.
Skinny BBL.
Give you a European look, something that's elegant, sophisticated. You can still look athletic.
Yeah.
Still have fitness look. You don't have to be big, but just all I want to do is restore the volume to give her some youth back.
Yeah, because when it's that big, man, it's like, I don't even want to take her nowhere, right? It's almost embarrassing taking her places.
Yeah, because they're looking at it.
Yeah, especially
do you have to pay extra parking when you go out with her? What do you do, man?
Yo, sometimes it's just too intense, you know?
You know what happens is that, and then interesting thing about fat, as you age, we lose fat from the hands, the breast, and the face,
right?
And the butt. So as we age, guys start to lose their butt at around 30. So you need a thicker wallet so that it makes your butt look nicer. But guys start to lose it, so it became a thing for guys to do. But they didn't want anybody to do it.
Oh, yeah, the guys don't want to know it.
They'd come in for something like, "Hey, doc, I want to do my nose." And then I'd be, "Okay, great thing. It was nice to meet you." And they go, "Doc, one question. Yeah, can I put some fat in my butt?" I said, "Yeah." But it was but they came in for that. But they were like hiding it through other things. It's really interesting.
Why do people go to other countries? A lot of girls I know, they go to DR or Colombia to get this done. Why they do it there as opposed to here? It's just money?
What's fascinating is that, first of all, tourism, surgical tourism, it was about money. It was less expensive in those countries. But now we've all gotten so good at this because, we've been teaching it around the world and people got so good that now they got these guys in Colombia and South America that are just spectacular surgeons. And so now people are going there because of the results, but it started because of money.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating with the BBL, let me give you an idea here. In the United States, we did so many BBLs, right? But Miami did 60% of the BBLs in the country. That we became the mecca and the go-to spot for the BBL.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. And, I have a friend, he started a business and he made millions selling.
Wiping business?
The FAs for after the surgery.
Yes.
He made so much money because he sells them here. Oh. Like he made millions selling just the post-surgery FAs.
It was huge.
Man. Yeah.
It was really huge. It's slowing down a little bit when it comes to body contouring. Faces are becoming more popular now, but the BBL is slowing down just a little bit because of that stigmata. Well, I don't want to be like. And what's interesting, we go through fashion. Just bodies and plastic surgery go through fashion sometimes. Tight clothes, loose clothes, long belt pass. Big breasts, small breasts. So people, when they have big butts, then about 5 years later, 8-10 years later, they want to go smaller. So then
they get it reduced?
Go smaller. So now people are coming in to get them smaller.
Stop playing.
Yeah. So people will go big, and then about 8 years later, the trend is to go small. And 8 years later, it's to go big. And 8 years later, it's to go small.
Some women put the fat in their breasts too, right?
Yeah. We can put it in the breast. We make it. The only thing is that I get about 50% of the fat to stay in the butt. And in the breast, I only get about 30%. Survival is not great. And then we put them in the calves. We put it in the thighs. Put it everywhere. You think it, I can put it. Yeah.
Wow. So some girls, because you see some girls with BBL and they look like A Bug's Life or ants, right? Like they just like the legs don't match, but you can
Get an iPod look.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But you can make that with the fat. You can sculpt it like
I add volume to the legs constantly. When they have very skinny legs and they have this big torso or big butt, then you add fat to the legs, and now it puts it into proportion.
What?
I can reshape the face too. I mean, the face can turn you into a squish model-looking face, give you higher cheekbones, more mandible, all with fat.
With fat.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yeah, man.
That's insane.
Sometimes even under local, you don't have to go to sleep. It's crazy.
Without even like a real surgery or big downtime. What's the craziest transformation you've seen for someone?
So I'm going to tell you a story. About a 65-year-old gentleman walked in with his wife one day to my consult. And I read, and it said breast augmentation. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go down, I sit down, and I turn my chair to her, and I go, okay, great. So what size were you looking for? She goes, oh, no, it's not for me. It's for him. He wanted to get a breast augmentation.
Oh.
The husband at 70. I said, why do you want to do that? Well, because he likes wearing my clothes. So he wants to look good in my clothes. So the craziest request I ever got was that one. That's the craziest request I ever got.
You really put it at the register.
Yeah.
Hey, man, whatever. Hey, whatever.
Yeah. So I'm the craziest request I've ever gotten.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the craziest like transformation? I know you can't say, but what have you seen? Have you seen somebody go from looking like fucking gruesome, ugly motherfucker who was like super hot after,
and then they look like supermodels?
Really?
I'll have to show you some pictures.
How much did that cost? Like you don't have to say.
So it depends on what we're doing. So let's say that I'm doing an Adonis. That's around $25,000 to $30,000, right? So a facial transformation, you're looking at $10,000 to $15,000.
Got it.
Now Miami is an interesting market because if you go to Beverly Hills or New York, you're going to see 4 times that amount of money.
Really?
You can. Miami is a place where it's difficult to charge a lot of money. I'm out on a limb charging a lot of money, but it's a difficult market to
because we can get to Colombia or DR and just
not only that, but Miami got a bad rap. What happened is that Miami people started to think of it as a Tijuana because everybody was flying into Miami because they have a lot of these centers or chop shops that they call them, where they do tons of surgeries for like $3,000. So they really watered down the field. They really cheapened it. And so we've been kind of fighting that stigma on that.
So if a guy wanted to get the muscles, you called it the Adonis, right?
Adonis.
That's 25
to 30.
Yeah. I think that's expensive for a surgery, right?
There's no Groupon.
Yeah. Because girls, I've seen girls go get BBLs for like
$3,000.
Yeah, $3,000. Breasts.
It depends on where you
titties for $3 grand.
$2,500, $2,000. Yeah. You'll find that's what I meant. Those little shops where you go in there, tons of surgery, but they're really cheap. It's really inexpensive.
Sometimes you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you get what you pay for. Oh shit. So like that makes sense why there's not a whole lot of guys doing the Adonis.
There's not a lot. It's something that I've been trying to teach around the world too. And it's gaining some popularity. It hasn't gotten as wild as the BBL did.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of it is because the guys are a little bit chicken, but I got to tell you, it's still a big part of my practice.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Guys, they're like hush.
Oh yeah, well nobody know about that. What's the downtime? What's the downtime with something like that?
Listen, so getting back to work will be about 10 to 14 days probably because it's a little bit of a harder recovery.
Yeah.
Getting back into the gym about a month. It's 3 to 6 months to see our final results. I'm trying to learn how to biohack the recovery by using peptides and stem cells,
like BBC
therapy. Yeah, BPC 157, TB 500. We do the CJC, ipamorelin. Sometimes I'll even do a little anavar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll do a little growth hormone because it puts you in an anabolic state, so you're building.
And it'll probably if you're taking that stuff while you're not working out, it'll probably help you retain some muscle.
Yeah. It'll help you retain muscle, and it helps it speeds up the healing process. So I'm playing a lot now with what's the future of medicine. I think the disruptors in medicine today are the peptides, the stem cells, and the exosomes. Those are the disruptors.
I did exosomes.
You did? How long?
Yeah, maybe like 3 years ago. I fucked up my bicep like when I was 35 or some shit, and it was never 100% right. It was like it didn't bother me. It was just a nuisance. And I did exosomes, and it was better. It's not 100%, but it's better. Yeah, because
it takes time. You got to do stem cells to rebuild.
I think stem cells is what I need.
And then you would do the exosomes for the inflammatory. So the way I put this is you have exosomes and stem cells. And the exosomes are messengers, right? So they tell the body, hey, listen, you're inflamed, you got to cool it down. So if a house is on fire, the exosomes are the firefighters. They put the inflammation down. But then, now that the fire is out, you got to build that house again. That's the stem cells, and that takes 3 to 6 months. So what you do in your things, we combine exosomes with stem cells, and then I use ozone. That's a whole new thing too that's being done.
Ozone?
Ozone, it's O3. It's got an extra oxygen on it. And when it comes in, it works as an antioxidant. It builds up the mitochondria, helps restoration of cells, gets rid of pain. So I'm injecting a lot on guys that get rotator cuff injuries when they're working out. I inject it for tennis elbow. We do it for arthritis. There's so many different things that I'm doing now in the regenerative aspect of it that I'm really helping guys who work out a lot, who get these chronic pains in their shoulders. You know,
everybody's worked out for a number of years. They got something that they're just kind of working through, that they've just been, kind of just, it's just a nuisance. Like at me, I got this thing in my bicep, another thing in my spine. Well, that kind of went away. The exosomes, I did it
intravenous?
Yeah, so.
You got to do them several times.
Yeah, but whatever was going on with my back is over.
But he got it.
Yeah, I think he got that because it was more mild than this, I think.
Okay, yeah. But I got to tell you, that regenerative medicine is so awesome now. I love injecting these guys because they come in with pain. We get rid of the pain.
Wow.
We restore and regenerate the cells in their tissues where it's been injured. I love it. And in Florida now, for stem cells, we are legal to do stem cells. So before you had to travel outside the United States and go to Panama, go to Costa Rica, go to different places. But Florida and Utah are the only states that are now allowed to inject
when did that pass?
Stem cells on July 15th.
Oh, this year?
This year.
Oh.
So now you don't have to go to the other countries to do this. You can come to Florida and get it done, but you have to meet the criteria. There's 3 of them. One is for orthopedic stuff like arthritis, fractures, whatever it may be. The other one is for pain, so like shoulder pain and all that kind of stuff. And the other one is for wound healing. So but everybody's got pain.
Everybody's got some pain.
Everybody's got pain.
Yeah. When it comes to stem cells, once I was in the Cayman Islands, I was on a vacation, and I was coming back on the airplane, and I seen this guy and his brother in his wheelchair, and they were calling me. They were fans. They like watching my YouTube or something. And this guy, he was I don't want to. It seemed derogatory, but he was doing all the stuff. He was like really messed up, like really messed up. Sure. He could barely talk. He had his arms, I don't mean it's in a derogatory word. Yeah, just trying to, and but he was a fan of mine, I guess, and I took some pictures with him and I followed him on Instagram. He was down here to get stem cells.
Oh, wow.
I see like a few months later or whatever, I see on his Instagram. Now he's walking with assistance.
It's crazy.
But he's walking and he's like talking. And I'm like, yo, because he could barely talk. He was like looking around, and his arms were straight. He was functioning like a healthy person.
Some of the stories that you'll see with this is absolutely crazy and insane. And this is the disruptor in medicine. Every few years or decades, disruptors come in. These are one of them.
So you're giving people stem cells and stuff like this after you do some sort of surgery.
So I'm doing 2 things. I do it after surgery or before surgery to get them ready even. But then also guys that aren't even going to have surgery. They just have shoulder pains, they're injured for lifting, or somebody who has arthritis, or women that have hip arthritis, knee arthritis. Older individuals, we use their own body to help them heal. Usually stem cells and other blood products other proteins that we have in our body that we can get out, re-inject it.
Well, you do that thing where I heard they did it for Kobe. They spin the blood around.
Yeah. There's something called PRP. That's
PRP. Got
the spinning, but there's something called A2M cells, alpha-2 macroglobulins, which we use in arthritis because it eats up all the inflammatory cells, and then you put stem cells, and then you regenerate. So I'm doing a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of women who are having shoulder pains, hip pains, knee pains, runners that have knee pains. So these aren't even surgical patients; they're regenerative.
Oh, wow.
Biohacking.
So you're not just all butt.
No, I'm not just about the prettiness. Yeah, I got to get you feeling good on the inside, too. So that's where you come in now with longevity, health, and with beauty. So it's the BHL, beauty, health, and longevity.
Wow. How many surgeries do you do a year?
So it was fascinating. Man, after COVID, it blew up. I did about 2,000 surgeries in 1 year, which is insane. Now I've like doubled my prices, and I just slowed it down because it's unbearable.
Too much. Yeah.
So now I only do about maybe 200 a year, something like that, 300.
Still a good amount. Yeah.
It's a good amount. It's nowhere near where I was, but I ended up raising my prices. And
So you're still good. Yeah.
And I just wanted to dedicate more time to the patient too, because when you're doing that kind of volume, you can't really spend time with patients. You're running around everywhere, and I just didn't like who I was becoming.
Is your practice here?
Yeah, it's in Miami. Okay. It's in 2310 South Dixie.
Okay.
Wow. I didn't like it, and I wanted to change it, and I wanted to bring it back to why I went into medicine, and that was to really care for people and be there for them. And so I decreased my practice and had to raise the prices, but it's all about a whole different perspective. It's transformation now. Now I'm about transformations. The external, it's not just the beauty. Although we can restore what Father Time took away, we can also enhance what Mother Nature never gave you. But the one thing we can't do is create self-love, right? So now I'm more about transformations, which is the internal and the external beauty coming together. And so now for me, my practice is more about transformations, motivating people to see their worth, to see their love. I always tell people, my best friend said to me, Tino, you know what happiness is? And at the time I wasn't so happy. I go, what? He goes, it's desiring and wanting what you already have. Now, if you think about that, if you desire what you already have, you don't have to look. You don't search. You already have it. You desire and you want it, and you want to cherish it. You love it. You don't take it for granted. It's not when I get my next car, I'm going to be happy. Not when I get my degree, I'm going to be happy. It's like, I am happy now. And I struggle with that I got to remind myself of his saying every single day, because we lose ourselves, man. We go right back to being unhappy, to just wait until this thing passes, I'll be happy. No, enjoy every moment. Everything is an opportunity. It's a stepping stone. It's an opportunity for us to grow and change. But I struggle with that every day, man.
I think everybody has that, we start focusing and thinking about what we want, and then we don't always appreciate what we have,
Right?
Yeah, because we're so focused on the next.
She was so beautiful. Yeah. So Miguel, if I said that, I'm happy all the time. He goes, exactly.
Yeah.
He wants to be happy all the time, I said.
But you can still have drive and like that. Like when people ask me sometimes, will money make you happy? I'm like, man, I don't think you should even try to get money to be happy. I think you should try to be happy and get money.
The money will come.
Yeah, and go.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Your happiness doesn't depend on when the money comes. Your happiness depends now, and the money will come.
Yeah,
it's not, you don't lose your drive. Yeah. It's your perspective.
Yeah,
I'll be happy when I get the money. No, I'll be happy now, and then getting the money is an add-on to me being happy, setting the right.
I think so, man.
The right vibration, right?
Yeah, and there's some studies on that too. Like they did. There's a book called Scrum where they would go into these. It's a consulting firm, but they were getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars to go consult with the FBI and other companies, and they would have this thing called, they would measure the happiness of an organization every month or so, and they noticed that every time there was a huge increase in money, it was preceded by the team rated their happiness higher. Like every time the team would be happier, beautiful? And then the money would come.
Isn't that beautiful? The money will come.
Yeah, so there's data on this.
Don't focus on the money.
Yeah.
Focus on your passion. Focus on giving back. I got to tell you, that's one of the things that happened to me. My journey in life has been, I became a plastic surgeon. I knew I wanted to be a plastic surgeon when I was 7 years old. My uncle,
really?
Yeah, my uncle Mauricio is a plastic surgeon in Nicaragua, and I saw him reconstruct the war victims. And I was enamored by how he could do that. And then on top of that, the amount of recognition you get from people because he could transform them. He cosmetically give them so people wanted to be around him. And I fell in love with both those aspects. And so I said, that's what I want to do. And you lose perspective, and then it becomes about what you have, what you can achieve. It becomes the things that you own. And for me, recently, we got approached by the Miss Universe organization and Fundación Aromas, which is a foundation that dedicates their lives to helping the children that have been burned in Peru.
Oh, wow.
So they made me medical director, and they said, we would love for you to direct us and help operate on these children in Peru. So we're going there in May.
Oh, that's cool.
To operate on these burn. I get emotional with it. It's hard.
Yeah.
Some of these kids are 5 years old or less that have been burned.
Wow.
They're already giving roadblocks in life before it's even started. And so I'm going to be blessed to give back in May of next year. And the Miss Universe organization is partnered up with us on this kind of stuff. So they're spreading that word around the world to help these children. So for me now, it's more about giving back. And I got to tell you, I've never felt more Sorry, I get so emotional with this shit. Because I'm finally giving back, and I felt like I lost myself on this journey. And now I'm coming back to what it really means to me. I'm coming back to my roots. Why did I start this thing?
Yeah.
Why did I go into this profession? And now that I can give back, it makes me feel so good.
That's awesome, man. Have you operated on a lot of celebrities? You don't have to say their names, but have a lot of,
Yeah, listen, when you become an authority in that, you attract people that want to go to that kind of authority. So yeah, I operate on a lot of celebrities, high worth individuals, but I also operate on the common person. So for me, it's always been about trying to create beauty everywhere.
Yeah.
At the top of the mountain, at the bottom of the mountain, the middle of the mountain. For me, it's about creating the beauty and giving that to my patients. Yeah. But yeah, definitely, we've had a lot of celebrities that have come in, like big time celebrities and athletes.
Really?
Big time.
For plastic surgery?
Yeah. They retire, and then wait a minute, the gut starts to come.
Yeah. And then maybe they're on TV doing stuff, you know.
Lives of a lot of the athletes that are really well known.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these athletes, because once they quit or they retire, their lifestyles change. They even get a little bit depressed, right? Because they used to have all the accolades, they used to have all the recognition and the cheering of the crowds, and then they got to go through a depressive period. Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, no, you dedicated your life to something, and it ends relatively quick.
Very quick.
You know, like if I was a pro athlete, I'd be retired. Like I'd be the oldest person in the NBA right now. I'm 43.
You look so young, dude.
Thank you.
No, man.
Thank you.
You probably get that a lot, though, right? What's your heritage?
Just something I wanted to ask you earlier, so it might be out of flow, but whatever. I dated this one girl. She got a boob job. She said that she didn't change, but she said the way the world treated her changed. Is that something you notice all the time? She said.
Several things. A lot of the times is without you recognizing, when you change internally, people will start to behave differently around you. So a lot of the times when they get these, they feel more empowered. They walk differently. They put out a different aura. Yeah. So the world starts to see you differently. Now, they'll pay attention to the boobs, absolutely. Yeah. Right? And you will definitely get more attention. But because of that attention, you feel more empowered. You feel more beautiful. In turn, the world now X's the amount of attention they give you, because now you're a positive person, a beautiful person, and now you radiate. And this is what I'm trying to teach now, the transformation, that it's not just external. The real transformation starts before you even walk into the operating room, right? So for this girl, what it did is it empowered her. She was probably so self-conscious with her breast that she probably walked around a different way, carried a different way, toned a different way. And now she gets these breasts, and now she's like, proud, feels
showing them off,
sure. So her whole demeanor, but it's all about on how when we change, the world changes. It all starts from within.
Yeah, your experience with the world
completely.
Everybody's
you even see it differently.
Everybody's
the change starts from within.
That makes a lot of sense. So she behaved differently, not just a look, but it's like her behavior
and her energy. She felt more different. I got boobs now. Now I'm something.
Now she's more confident, more.
That energy, that frequency gets transmitted whether you believe it or not. So if you're getting around somebody who's depressed, you're like, damn, I don't want to be here, and you can feel that energy.
That's what I tell my sales team. Like I tell them all the time, like the way you show up on the call is going to affect how the sales go. Right. Sure. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
And that's the power of what we do, is how you can transform sometimes that person and empower them and enrich them and make them feel so much better that the world sees them differently.
Yeah. Why do you think there's some people, I even hear guys say, I want to grow just natural, or why some people so against it? Like, I don't care how I got there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if God, a doctor, a scalpel. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm very open about it.
But why do you think that some people look down on others who
I think at some level they feel like they're fake and they're a phony and they're lying.
Oh, kind of like if a guy's on steroids or something.
Yes.
It's the kind of
they go, oh, well, he's on steroids. Right? He didn't do that now. So then there's an element of feeling fake and phony and not being authentic.
Yeah.
I see it differently. For me, it's like I want to be the best version of myself.
I get that.
Technology is there. Sign me up.
When I went on TRT, I did a whole documentary on the YouTube about it, but I was like, I just want to be the best I can be.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
Like I'm at the best I can be naturally. Yeah. And now how far can I go? And I was in my late 30s. I wasn't like a kid doing anything dangerous. Like I was full grown adult, and I was like, I just want to be the
You bulk up a lot with the TRT or not really?
Nah, not really.
Not
Man.
really.
Honestly, I'm only maybe 5 pounds of muscle. But that being said, if you've been working out for over 20 years, putting on 5 pounds of muscle is kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But, but you look really good, man.
Hey,
Yeah, you're welcome,
brother.
buddy.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's just, for me, it's the advantage I have is I got a financial incentive. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my business, and social media and all this stuff. So I know that it helps with the business. So like I'm incentivized to make sure I do it. But if I was just a regular guy, I don't know if I.
You're like a walking billboard, man. It's like going to a fat. It's like going to a fat liposuction doctor, right?
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, right? Like, yeah. No, real.
For a fat aerobics instructor, you're like, what? I ain't taking this class.
Exactly. Yo, it's real.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
You got to live the part. Listen, so when I weighed 300 pounds, people would walk in. They'd ask me for a recipe instead of liposuction. I mean, it was like,
it was the best restaurants.
I swear to God, it was hysterical, man. They go, where do you recommend to go?
Oh, shit. And then, so you did it. Wait a minute. Oh, did you do your own liposuction? Or you?
No. I've had lipo 5 times. The first one I did myself.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like, I was starting in training, just learning how to do it. And then after that, I said, no way, man, somebody else is doing this thing. So I've had it like 5 times. I've had 2 gastric sleeves. I've had 5 lipos. I've had 2 facelifts. I've had my nose.
Oh, so how old are you?
I've had 3 hair transplants.
Really?
That didn't work so well, as you can tell. Yeah, I'm 61.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're in fantastic shape.
No,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yo, that's crazy. So you did your own liposuction?
Yeah. In the beginning, that was like, what was I, like 27 years old? Like 25 years old.
Get the fuck out.
That's when you're young and crazy, man. You're like, let me try.
That's insane.
No way in hell would I do that now.
Yeah,
took my elbow tie. I won't do it now. I'm afraid of the damn needle. Yeah.
Yeah, don't they put people under anesthesia when they do that?
Yeah.
So
you could do 2 things. You could do it under local, where you inject this numbing medicine. It's called tumescent fluid, and then you can do it awake, or you could put people under.
Okay.
So there's different ways that you can do it. So I was trying to do it under tumescent, where I would inject it, and then you don't feel, because it's numbing, you don't feel anything.
I got a friend. She just got a nose job, and she said she was awake for that shit.
Yeah, we can do a lot of stuff awake. As a matter of fact, lipo awake is big business, because people don't want to go to sleep. They're afraid of going to sleep.
Really?
So guys are like, if you can do it awake, I'll do it.
Really?
But I'm more aggressive with the lipos, and I really define people and sculpt them. I find it hard for me to do under local, so I do it under general.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be awake for none of that shit. I had a deviated septum.
You did?
And they fixed that. I was like, nah, put me to sleep, man.
They do it? Did they fix it?
Man, it made my allergies worse, because I'm getting more pollen.
Yeah. Oh.
So my allergies, like, I don't know if I breathe. First I couldn't breathe well because it was obstructed, like one of them was this way, and now I can't breathe as well because of allergies.
So if you clog, can you feel it? And then now go like this and breathe in.
It always feels like one is stopped
One
up.
than the other.
Yeah.
I wonder if you still got a little deviation, or I have
Maybe.
a perfect thing in there.
One of them is always a little stuck.
Always fuller.
Yeah.
No, nose is right. When you take a deep breath in and the furniture moves, you're in trouble.
Well, that's awesome, man. Where can people find out more information about?
So, listen. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's Constantino Mendieta MD, but you got to spell the whole thing out, or it won't work.
Yeah, well, I'll put the link in the
Constantino Mendieta MD. You can go on forbeauty.net. That's my website.
Okay.
And that's a lot of it. So my Instagram's pretty fun. I got about 3.8 million followers.
That's amazing.
A ton.
Yeah. No, it is a ton. Yeah, it's 3 times what I got.
So but so through Instagram or just the website.
Awesome, man. Yo, I learned a lot.
I had a great time. What a natural, easy conversation, man, you had.
Yeah, man.
Really
thank you.
Easy, Brandon.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. I love it, buddy.
Awesome, man.
Thank you. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it, buddy.